Okay, good morning, everybody. And we're going to start our annual meeting. Let's get things going with the call to order and pledge of allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, roll call. Russ, are you here? Russ King?
He didn't respond to me. Don't believe he is on. He is not. He is not on the line.
Russell's not here. Dan McLean?
Here.
Jerry Wiedemeyer?
Here.
Maya Weinberger?
Here.
Susan Murray?
Yes.
Bob Crosby?
Here.
Joe Lindacki here. All right. What we're going to do now is just recess, go right to the vote.
Well, you can read this down. Well, you got to pick people to vote. Count votes.
Anybody want to volunteer to
Count
call
vote.
vote? Huh? Call votes?
Okay.
Couple people?
One.
One,
Two.
two.
Okay.
Okay.
Put the phone up to your phone.
How you doing?
Better.
Need at least one more.
Yeah.
We need one more.
I'll help open envelope.
Okay.
Okay. Right here for our vote counters.
Going now?
Yeah, you can
You
just
go one.
wherever you
place.
want.
Yeah.
Kitchen.
kitchen or
Right.
poker
Okay,
room.
they got everything.
There's a stabber for you.
A stab. Don't call it a stabber.
Opening. Be sure to separate
There is no
them.
reason for.
Well, what I would do is you could read these.
Yeah, let's go
I'd
through
read the
the-
minutes, take up some
Yeah.
time.
Oh, we're going in there this time?
You can do it
Anywhere
wherever
you
you
want.
want.
You can do it right anywhere you want.
There's a counter in there. That was the
Yeah.
reason we put it in there.
There's a camera.
I
Count.
said there's a counter in there. That's why
Yeah.
that went in there.
If we want it to be visible, we'll just open. Should we open?
We know
it?
it doesn't.
I was gonna say. Okay. Okay.
Okay, we're gonna go ahead while they're counting. We'll read the minutes of the March 10th, 2025 annual members meeting.
Okay. Is this one on?
Nope.
How do I turn?
Round button on the, no, run the side.
Oh, right there. Okay, there we
There you
go. Okay, 9:30, meeting called to order. Attendance, Joe Lindacki, Bob Crosby. Oh, hold it.
Not wrong one.
That's the wrong meeting. Okay, let's try this differently. Annual members meeting, March 10th, 2025. President Anne Marie Miller called the meeting to order at 9:30 a.m. All board members were present except Jerry Wiedemeyer. Joe Sepik motioned to open the annual members meeting and Bill Phelan seconded the motion. Susan Murray read the minutes from the March 11th, 2024 meeting. No changes were made. Jay Croteau motioned to accept the meeting minutes as read, and Julie O'Neill seconded the motion. Treasurer's annual report. Jerry Wiedemeyer prepared notes for the meeting, and Jim Beeson read his notes aloud. Jerry advised the annual financial statements were delayed and not available for this meeting, but would be available for April 14th, 2025 Board of Directors meeting. Elections. It was a no ballot election. Bob Crosby read the letter sent to all owners dated February 4th, 2025, which indicated no ballot voting will occur during this annual meeting. 2 individuals filled out new member election forms, Jerry Wiedemeyer and Jim Beeson. Therefore, Jerry and Jim will remain members of the Board of Directors. Maya Weinbrenner backfilled Carol McKay's term effective March 10th, 2025, which expires 2026. The new Board of Directors convened to appoint officers for 2025. Jay Croteau motioned to recess, and Bill Phelan seconded the motion. Julie O'Neill motioned to open meeting after recess, and Joe Croteau seconded the meeting. Positions were appointed as follows. President, Jim Beeson. Vice President, Joe Lindacki. Treasurer, Jerry Wiedemeyer. Secretary, Maya Weinbrenner. At-large, Susan Murray, Bob Crosby, Anne Marie Miller. Expiration of existing directors is as follows. 2026, Bob Crosby, Maya Weinbrenner, Joe Lindecki. 2027, Susan Murray, Anne Marie Miller. 2028, Jerry Wiedemeyer, Jim Beeson. Terry O'Neill motioned to adjourn the meeting, and Joe Sepick seconded the motion. The meeting was adjourned at 10:15 a.m.
Okay, do we need any changes or corrections? Anybody? Sound good? We good?
You need a motion from
Motion
the
to
floor.
accept.
Need a motion from the floor to accept. Any motion? We get a second?
Who,
2 seconds.
okay, can I ask who?
Penny motioned and Tom Snary
Okay,
seconded,
thank you.
along with, Sue Teagan. Sorry. Took me a second.
Then we'll just move on to the
Close it.
annual treasurer's report.
Oh,
That'll be Jerry.
Hello, good morning, everyone.
Where are we now?
We're good in the treasurer's report.
And I mean,
You'll inform me that everyone should have received a copy of the annual financial statement. If there's any questions on that, we can bring it up now or after the meeting. I think everybody knows how to reach me. The tax return has not been filed because our accountant says that the state of Florida hasn't furnished the proper form yet, so I'll get an update on that, but I'll make sure it's filed on time. The cash position as of February 28th is money market, $109,770.23. The operating account has $2,500.49, and we have CDs totaling $76,156.98. The grand total is $188,427.70.
that was sent out electronically on Thursday.
Okay.
Good, Joe?
That's good. That was also sent out to everybody. You should have received that on an email on, what is that, Bob? Thursday. If you didn't receive it, check your inbox. That financial report is there.
now I think we.
Oh, we're waiting
discussed-
we're gonna wait for the vote count. Should we recess and move?
Right for that meeting.
Okay, we're gonna recess this meeting and we're gonna go to our regular meeting for a little bit here. Keep things
Need
clicking.
a motion to recess.
Motion. Their meeting.
Yep, it's your meeting.
Henry.
Is that all right?
Motion to
Emery,
recess.
motion. Second? Second in the back?
Oh, Joe Sepick, okay.
All right. Then we'll go to our regular meeting here. Start out with the treasurer's report. Jerry again.
We have the same amount of money as of February.
Oh, do you?
26th.
Jerry said,
Please refer
what he
to
said.
annual working day.
all right, very good job, Jerry. Next, Doc Masters report, Bob.
Okay. Seventh contractor came to do a bid. And this proposal from Charlotte County Seawall is much better than the last 6 we've got. So we've allocated $30,000 to do the repairs for the docks, and that was several months ago. And we have one more question to clarify with this individual before I actually recommend that we do it. But basically, it's a really good price. The only situation is it's not going to happen for at least 6 months, maybe 5. But we need to sign a contract in order to get it to work. So my recommendation is going to be the board sit down, finalize a contract with this group this month, get the contract signed. if we plan to do all the docks and we permit it under one permit, it's gonna save us a couple $1,000. So what we're probably gonna do is permit all the repairs, even though we haven't got the funding for it yet, permit all the repairs at once. That way, with Jerry's help and support, we can probably come up with a plan on how we can fund repairing all the docks and all the fishing piers at the same time. It's still gonna be 6 months away, irregardless of how we do it, whether just one dock or all the docks. She did talk to us about reconfiguring the docks, which we had talked about several years ago, making more 12-footers and less 8-footers. And that will again require a change in our land lease and an engineer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some research and find an engineer to allow us to do the reconfiguration, because the actual square footage of docks we're gonna put in is gonna be the same. So all we're gonna do is change the location of them. So it really shouldn't be that hard of a project, but once you start talking to engineers and designers.
Meeting at Gulf Debate.
So the idea is that we're gonna move forward on that, try to get that running simultaneously with our application and our regular permit, so that we can get in the queue to get the docks repaired, and at the same time, work on the reconfiguration so that when it comes time to do it, if we can get the permit through in the 6 months before they start to build, then that'll be good for us. Otherwise, we might, do something slightly different when it comes time to do it. But we gotta get started somehow. And this is the only way we're gonna get started, running them the same, track, simultaneous tracks, so that the permitting change and the permitting, and waiting for them to come and repair it, because it's still 6 months. So, but cost wise, we were under 100. I think their proposal was under 100,000 for everything. So it's a good figure. They'll give us a discount if they do it all at once. So it's not a bad price. It's just whether we can finance it. That's the treasurer's issue. We can discuss that if you'd like.
Is this the dock bid that we just got like 2 days ago?
Yes.
Okay. Something to point out on there that I noticed when I looked at it, their dock count is off on the fingers.
The dock count is not off. There's 3 docks missing on the other end.
Okay.
We weren't gonna deal with them because we were only gonna do on the south side, but basically the 3 that are on the north side of the fishing pier are gonna be added in. So everything's done.
Okay. The other thing that I noticed is that they're 3 feet, they're only 15 by 20, where the other bids are 18 by 20, which leaves 60 square feet up for grab. And I believe that they were right around $95 a square foot. So there's $6,000 that they're gonna hit us with if we get it in full price.
Okay, the fishing pier is 16 by 18, and the other landing dock by the boat ramp is 12 by 18. It was missing a railing, which I got that corrected this morning. So we're on top of those little issues.
Okay. And then the last thing on the corrections were, just because people have been talking to me about docks. The other bids that we have, we're bidding bigger docks. We're getting bids for 18 by 20s. So we just need to retally who we've got is all. We've been beating this thing like a dead horse. It's just, it's a tough one. So forgive.
Bob, can I ask you a question?
Oh.
It's my understanding from talking to you gentlemen that we cannot change the configuration of our docks at all under our current lease.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yes.
So that should solve any problems as far as the size of the docks and so on. Am I thinking
Yeah,
correctly?
it's just, the guys that are bidding the docks, they're just all over the board. One guy bid a 15 by 20 pier, next guy bid an 18 by 20 pier. Bob said this guy bid a
Yeah, but
16 by 18
Yeah, but if they're bidding, they should know what our rules are. We have to.
I agree.
Stick with it. So,
That's the
yeah.
problem we're having with them.
Right.
Not, it's not us, it's them.
Yeah, Saturday morning, I found a nice clear picture of our layout. I shared it with Dan. The fishing pier in the middle was 18'2" on one side, 18'1" on the other, 16'1" wide and 15.8 feet wide. So it has to be the same. There's no question about it. What Joe's concern is that if somebody quoted 20 by 18, there's more material and things like that they would need to do. And absolutely, this is all online. Anybody can get it that wants to. And I've given everybody the number, our permit number. They should have been looking, but they also might have been going off what I said, 15 by 20 or something like that. It's definitely a little smaller than we had talked about.
And when is our lease up? Did you say that's up in 2 years?
Hang on.
2032,
32.
because I had a question about that.
I'm
That's
sorry.
okay.
We need that over there.
I have a question.
I apologize.
No, that's okay. No.
2032? Is that what you got?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
2032.
So with that rolls into a question I was going to have is that with spending this kind of money on the docks, is there any opportunity to get that at least extended past 2032 right now? I don't think at 2032, I don't think there's any reason they wouldn't extend the lease at that point, but it would be nice to know we're locked into it before we spend the money.
Yeah, I mean, that'll probably be part of the application process because they're gonna have to reissue us a new lease. They would probably extend it at that time. I would
You don't
assume
think
that.
so? No
I don't think
option
there'll be a
to-
problem with it, no. One of the things the girl did mention, I'm sorry, the lady from the, whatever the name of the company was, Charlotte County Seawall said, you need to get this permitted and fixed before the lease expires. Because if you don't, you're not gonna get them back. So she said, you're running out of time to if you're gonna make any changes or repairs, we need to get them done under the hurricane damage part, not as replacing them. We can put them back, but we need to get it done sooner rather than later. So we are running into a little bit of a time crunch. Yeah, it's 2032, but you know.
What's the hurricane damage piece?
Well, they didn't really specify. They said as long as you're fixing it from the damage, but if they came along and said, no, we're gonna renew your lease tomorrow and you don't have anything there may be a question. So what we need to go through it very carefully when we approach the subject and say, this is what we have, and this is what we want to do. So it is careful. We have to be careful that we don't lose what we had. Because we know the tiki's a problem, so.
Yeah.
We want
Bob,
to make sure we're.
Okay, I think Russ is on.
T's.
yeah, Bob, I'd like to comment on that. We need to learn some lessons from the tiki hut, right? I mean, the county, the people are going to not let us, the environmentalists are going to let us put things back. If they can block us, they're going to try to block us.
Yep.
We got to be proactive and get the things back the way it was. They're not going to say, oh, we're not going to renew your lease. You got to take your docks out. That's not going to happen. And we can talk our ways out of spending money all day long, right? That can continue to happen about every topic. I'm generally frustrated on how slow this thing's moving personally, but anyway, we'll talk more about it as far as the costing. I'm not sure. I apologize. I got on late. I was in the middle of something else, but and if we talked about the docks and about approving, I think when I talked to Joe, it was we got approved for $30,000, but the estimates came in at 36. So it's been put on hold because of the $6,000, and we have to go back to the well to get that $6,000 approved to continue on with the current estimates of where we're at. So anyway, I'll let you guys keep going on the topic. I apologize again. I got on a little bit late.
And to that point, we will be talking about some financial stuff, just kind of throwing some spitballs and see how everybody feels about it. We don't really have a plan, but we've got some topics to touch on.
Yeah, well, let me summarize this quote, and Bob, correct me if I get off, okay? The way I read this Charlotte County Seawall quote, they break it down into 3 parts.
They changed this one, that's 17.
Okay. The The center fishing dock is quoted at $22,800.
Yes.
So that's well within the 30,000 that's been approved.
Mhm.
The other dock, which I guess that would be the south side fishing dock,
Cleaning dock.
cleaning dock, liar's dock, or whatever people call it, $16,200.
No.
No. The rail, they've got a rail.
I'm sorry. I apologize. 17 because of the railing? Is that what it was? Okay, $17,500.
400.
Okay. Odd numbers. Okay.
Thereabouts.
And
Just
then,
trying to get
and then the finger boat piers is $56,500.
Yes.
And that does not include replacing the ones that are already usable.
That is correct.
And that's on the north side.
Yes.
Okay, so that totals up to right around 90, let me add up to $1,200 there. Around $98,000. They're giving a $2,000 spiff for doing it all at once. So, we're under $100,000 for all that. And there's several ways to finance this thing. And we're looking at all the different options, but it's premature to throw it out right now, but we're looking at taking it in pieces. The fishing docks are used by everyone. So we're looking at that coming out of general funds. The boat docks bring in revenue. So we're looking at seeing if we can match up the cost of financing those piers with the revenue that's generated. We also need to consider rolling into putting in the boat launch. I know people have been talking in the past about the boat launch being in disrepair, so that's something that we're discussing, as well as maybe a nice kayak launch as well, and including the kayak fees on that and so on. So we're looking at each. That is, I guess you would call it a cost center or a profit center, and seeing if we can match up those dollars. So we're trying to take a real professional look at it, and I think we'll come up with something. I ran some quick numbers on some financing, and I think it's all in the wheelhouse. I think it's all doable. But like I said, it's premature to go into details on it now. But nothing's going to happen without everybody knowing it. So.
And we will be putting out call it a survey vote, state your mind type thing. I personally feel that we just do them all. We just don't have. It's not that we don't physically have enough money to pay $100,000 bill. We do. It's where it leaves us, and then with the rest of the things, and then what if something happens? So we'll toss around things like quarterlies, maybe an assessment, raising dock fees. There's a lot of stuff being bounced around right now that will be addressed very soon. This month, now that we've got some actual kind of apples to apples prices. Finally, they're not apples to apples yet, but they're kind of getting towards the same basket here. So,
Hey, Joe, on that note, can I add a little bit to that conversation?
yeah.
So I think that there's one thing that hasn't been brought up, and I think it's really going to define the need for us to come up with a comprehensive plan to raise more funds, whether that's a combination of things. But I think we all have to understand that there's at least three units. I don't know the exact numbers. I don't know the details. It's just, again, in my conversation with the rest of the board members casually, but let's say there's three units that cannot be put back in place. Right? There's lots that aren't rebuildable. As a community, I think it's our responsibility to create a solution for that challenge. Whether that's, offer a reasonable price to the owners, make it a day lot. But we have to provide solutions. And I don't think we've had a really solid discussion about that. But if one of those options is acquiring them back into the dividing the deeds up, right? Assuming those deeds as a co-op or as owners, and the shares kind of get divided up a little bit differently. But again, whatever that is, there needs to be a solution. We need to put some things on the table for the owners to consider.
We're we're gonna tackle some of that. Like I said, we're gonna have just kind of an open forum, little money talk towards the end of this meeting, and try to kind of compartmentalize things so we're not talking vacant lots versus docks versus tikis, and throwing everything together.
Well, no, I think in general though, we do need to throw it together in this reason.
Anything
We
else?
need to come up with a plan that provides financial stability for the co-op and for the organization, that we're in a situation where I know this was catastrophic, right? I mean, I think I heard someone say, well, we're saving the funds that we have for, real emergency. Well, I don't think we're going to be involved in one that's greater than the one we already had, from my perspective, right? Meaning, if it's any worse than that, we have probably a whole different scenario to be discussing. So, saving the funds for a rainy day, and we could talk more about that, come up with a plan. But I think overall, there needs to be a discussion about, like you mentioned, increased, consider increased quarterlies, raising the dock fees or the
Okay.
as part of it, right? Like
That's okay.
what was discussed. As far as making it a capability to have an income, so that they pay for themselves for some degree, and then and an assessment, right? But I think it needs to be covered, and that's going to cover all those. I don't think we could say it takes too long when we start to say, I need money for this one, and then we got to go to the well, and we need money for
No,
this.
we're not doing that. We're gonna talk about we'll talk about all things here soon. Like I said, at the end of the meeting. Right now, this is docs and docs only, and there's going to be definitely discussion regarding that, but we can't. In the end, if we have one big pot of money, great, but we can't really logically interject that into the dock master meeting right now. But we will address it later in the meeting.
One other thing that we did an expense and income report on the docks in 2020, how much money we'd spent. 2023 was the last time we spent any money. 2024. The income from the docks for 5 years was $29,600. The expenses for the docks was $10,000. So the docks are contributing to the general fund. They contributed $19,000 to the operation of the park. Yes, dock fees need to go up. We know that. That'll be discussed as time goes forward. But they have been covering themselves for years. When these catastrophic events happen, we need to look back and say, okay, this money's been coming in. Should we do something different with it? Should we set up a fund or something like that? Those are the questions that we need to discuss after we get going here.
Yeah, and the last thing that I've got to offer on the docks is that we are looking at making the docks profitable in light of the fact that we have to build all the docks. So the docks need to become profitable rather quickly, which is going to mean some pretty substantial dock fee increases for everybody who has a dock or wants a dock. I'm one of them. I'm willing to pay it. I forget who I was talking to, but I did say that we're I'll be right with you. I did say that would be we're basically trying to put a 3-year fix on a 30 years of progress. It costs a lot of money. It's easy to build up the park to what it was over decades, but now we're doing it, trying to do it in months and 2 or 3 years, and it should be done.
I'm good. I'm good now. You just turn that off. Can you hear me? No. Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear me now?
How about now?
Yeah.
So, I think we just decided that we're going to postpone this discussion till later. Can we do that? Move on.
Yeah, absolutely. We're just kind of killing time for these vote counters. It's all right. We good with dogs?
Bob? Yeah,
We are
no, we are.
done talking about dogs. Maintenance report. We've, if you've been paying attention, there is a lot of things been happening around the park. Things have been getting improved, cleaned up, built, fixed. Dan wants to talk about it, I bet. Right, Dan?
Do you have anything, is there anything to say?
Okay.
You've been doing it long enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I say that over on Estata Street, the big sign is concrete that was knocked down. Denise is working very hard and making really good progress at fixing that up, so we thank her. Appreciate that. As a project, project spreadsheet that we've been working on, Maya and I is looking pretty good. We have some tweaking to do over time, but I think it's going to be a very valuable tool for us, hopefully. I'm skipping over some of the things that aren't relevant, but all right, the mailroom lock boxes, the larger boxes for packages, those have been fixed by the post office. So if you are expecting or you're going to get a larger package, it will fit in those larger boxes. That should happen now. You'll just get a key in your regular mailbox. Thank you, Maya, for doing that and arranging that. Let's see, cut down the dead palm tree trunks right here in front of the clubhouse and disposed of the debris. We stabilized the front sign here with some trim pieces and then added solar lights. So those things are working as of yesterday. If there's any adjustments or thoughts on that, I'm open to recommendations. As you know, we had to remove the Christmas tree, we call it, down at the end of DJ Street, and that has been taken out and stump removed. We also had a palm tree removed that was half decayed at the base over here between 104 and 204, and that stump was removed along with the two stumps in the back of Wenzel's. What was the number of that? Anyways. And actually there's two beside and two behind that were trip hazards. Those are gone now. We had to remove some pavers and dig out and remove those. I was asked about a couple of other stump removals at the time they were here. One was behind Dieter's place here, and it was easy enough. I'd cut it down and put it below surface level, so they said that's okay. I also cut one down in front of 401 that was 6 or 8 inches tall, made that one level with the ground. So that one's done. There were two over by 409 that are in the middle of a paver that we couldn't do right now. I'll work with Dan and figure out some sort of a solution for that one. We had to do an emergency fix for 406. T-hands, when they arrived, they could take a shower outside instead of having to use the inside water. So we changed their meter, and that seems to be working well now. Minor stuff. A water shutoff handle here and there is broken off, so we replaced those. The big one here, I think, that's coming up closer is Barb Nicodeme has volunteered to purchase, and she has set that up already with the landscaper to have a blueberry? What's that called? Blueberry is supposed to be like a trapezoid or like a pyramidal type tree to put back in that place. It'll take some years to grow. But then she's got two other palm trees, one a 3-stalk and one a 2-stalk, that will find a good place over by the the pavilion to do in honor of Tony. So I think that covers enough for now. The rest of it, anything else, by the way, you guys, the communication forum is absolutely the best and only way to get that information to us so we can keep it on track and on budget or on the list.
Just want to mention about the clubhouse.
I was gonna say power wash.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. I'm sorry, I missed that one because somebody else did it. The clubhouse has been totally power washed, and they also put the fascia up there and fixed the what do you call it, the faucets?
Soffit.
Soffit.
Socket fascia, yeah.
Yeah, so that's done too. I do have that on, I just missed it.
What?
That's all. Anything else needs to be done, let us know.
Yep.
Thank you, Dan.
Yes, it's a lot.
On that maintenance subject, while we're here, the communication forms. Everybody's getting a lot better at communication forms, so keep up the good work. As soon as we get a form, we address it. Email, you might get it, you might not. There's just dozens and dozens of emails every week. But when you turn in those forms, you have our attention. So keep up the good work with the home improvement forms. Complaint form, doesn't matter. Once we get a form, Jill gets the form, she gets it to us, we hit it. So good job on everybody on keeping up with those. The list, also I don't know if anybody has looked at the web list, which is the project list. That's out and about. So you should have that in your inbox as well.
No,
So we have not.
No? Haven't
No.
released it?
we haven't sent it out. We were looking to
Okay.
post it on the web page. Once
Okay.
we have that is what we would do. If
Okay.
anybody's interested in seeing it though, have no problem with sending it out. Just don't want to be inundating people with more and more emails from us if they don't want them.
Right.
So.
Yeah, it's just, it's basically the park's to-do list, if you want to call it that. And it's real simple, nice, whoever did it, Maya and Dan, I think. It was done well. I could even understand it. So that's saying
Really?
something.
Wow.
The last thing on maintenance was we had in late February, we had 2 anonymous complaints to the Florida Department of Health.
That's down here further.
And
I was gonna say, that's further
That's new
down,
business
isn't it?
stuff. That's on the list.
well, it's on the maintenance thing. So this is pertaining to maintenance. So we had 2 anonymous reports. And so the Florida Health Department came through. I don't know if Jill got the emails out, but I just want to clarify that I was on that list. My roof, there was some other roofs on the list. There is a March 25th re-inspection date coming up on that. So I got my roof done. But that's all. It was good for me because I finally got a pass to get the roof done. But yeah, that's something that I think a lot of people overlooked, even within the board. We didn't catch it right away that they're going to be doing a re-inspection on the 25th, which is only 29 days from the day that they came through and did their original drive-through. So that's a pretty quick turn time. And that's it for maintenance.
Looks like they may be
Looks
back.
like we got votes. Landscaping committee, do we want to, anybody have anything? Anne-Marie, anyone?
No,
Barb, landscaping, anybody have anything to say on it?
I think we should, if you want to talk.
I could say one thing on that. We do have on the project list to address some of the beds around the grounds, to clean them up and maybe new shells. I think we should wait until that other tree is planted so we can do them. Or what we really need is some volunteers that want to get together and as a group and set a day and a time to go and make it a work day. We've done that before and it's been really valuable. So somebody want to volunteer to take a lead on that? That'd be great. Going once,
Don't all raise your hands at once.
going twice. Okay, we're never doing it.
Hey, Denise. All right, Denise is the boss.
Is Denise volunteering or is she talking?
Volunteers, you want to do my job.
Oh, is she just volunteering?
No, yeah.
No, but I could say. So do you want me to discuss what's going on out here right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So, morning. So I don't know who of y'all were here when we started this ordinance out here so that people.
Actually, Emery, hold on. Tell them about the land. Tell them about, tell them about
That's a new
the
business.
Okay.
plantings, because then that will be in the new business on the
Okay,
road.
so we'll wait on that?
Yes.
Okay. So have you noticed that the new plantings are crushed? Okay.
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 Do we want to recess this meeting and go to, yes?
When we temporarily close this motion.
Yeah.
Motion to
Okay.
shut down this meeting and
Yep.
Adjourn.
Make a motion to
adjourn for now.
recess here,
And go back to annual.
and then,
I'll second it.
and Maya seconded. Okay, so now we're gonna go back to
You guys have to make a motion to reopen it.
Yeah, so somebody,
the owners, and we need someone to make a motion to go back to the annual meeting.
Motion.
Henry, motion,
Second.
second, we're good.
Let's go back.
All right. Now we are back to the annual meeting.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
We have already read the minutes.
Get everything done, narrow down.
We just need to vote
It's the
results.
vote
All
results.
right. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong sheet. Losing my mind. I'm not.
Okay,
Okay.
so what's
Name the
the,
new board members.
what is it with the count numbers?
Yeah, here's the count numbers right here. So on the new vote, Bob Crosby received 61 votes. Popular guy. Joe Landacki, not so popular, 54. Skip Sherman, 24. And Anne-Marie, you're not on there, but Maya Weinbrenner is, and she, Maya's the rock star. She got 66.
How much?
66.
Yes, sir. So the current board remains. And I think all we've got to do is talk about,
Okay.
we got to just talk about
Okay.
any other business
You need a
here.
Ask
motion
if,
from them.
well, no, do they have any other business to bring up?
Yeah, let's get them on. Yeah, it was
Here. Oh,
Bob.
yeah, so I can, thank you.
Yeah. Bob had 61, Joe had 54, Skip Sherman 24, and Maya 66 on the vote count. We need to know from you all if there is any other business from the floor that anyone would like to discuss or bring to the board's attention right now. Now I can see you.
Oh,
Denise,
I was just hoping
hold on,
that,
we get you a mic.
I was just hoping that the old air conditioners could be removed. Because we still have a lot around the park and that space should be opened up and in essence cleaned up.
And I'm right with you. We've been beating on that one for well over a year now. If you've got an old air conditioner, any old equipment, anything left over from either of those hurricanes that's still outside, you're way past expiration date. Just get rid of it, clean it up, please. If anybody's got something that they're looking at that you hate, go ahead and once again, back to that form. Get us the forms and we'll jump on it for you. All right.
It is a volunteer for the work party.
Good luck.
I have a suggestion on that, if I might.
Okay.
I know I talked too much.
We all do.
We, in the past, when we've had big work days like that, have actually had a dumpster pull in. I don't know if that's appropriate for air conditioners, if it's taken off, or if there's somebody that would come and get those. So
The
I don't know.
scrapper as well. The
Yeah.
scrap guys will snuff
Eat
them
that
out
stuff
quick.
up, yeah. So we might want to reach out. First, we should do an inventory. Anybody that knows of the things that are available to get rid of, we could kind of estimate if we need a dumpster or a scrapper to come in, and we could do that probably in a work day or someday.
Yeah, and if we could even have a list in the office, if you email Jill and say, we'll get an AC list, or how about scrap metal? Just if it's metal, doesn't matter if it's aluminum, steel, copper, whatever. If it's metal, if we can get things kind of in one area, we've got areas that are open for it. Then we could get them all picked up at once. Give one scrap guy a really good beer day.
They can rate it up there.
Oh, Dan just mentioned they can even write it on this
Yeah.
board back here.
One thing we have to be careful of is if it's somebody's air conditioner, it's their air conditioner, it doesn't belong to the park.
Right.
So don't take your neighbor's air conditioner because you don't like it, okay? Just because it's sitting there. Communicate nicely and we can work on getting it straightened out.
Write it on a community.
Write it on form.
You can turn in a form, turn in a communication form. If you've got talk to your neighbor first and say, hey, I've been looking at your air conditioner for a year. Could you move it, please? And if they say, well, I won't say what they might say, but if they say that, then just get us a form and we'll act on it for you. You can also just pop into the clubhouse and write it on that board right behind us.
Text message.
Okay, this is moving on, and if we're done with that, this is just another comment that I wanted to make. Are we good?
Absolutely.
Okay, so this is off air conditioners. We have service animals in the park, dogs. That's a good thing. I'm for it. It's fine. But the other Monday, I got up or came outside, and in front of my car, about 5 feet off the street, was a bright Kelly green bag of dog poop. That's not okay. It's just not okay.
You're correct.
It's disrespectful and it's not okay. So I just wanted to put that out there because it's gross.
Yep. And a reminder to anybody that has animal. Number one, we are a no pet park. We are not pet friendly park. We don't like pets.
No, it's not that we don't like pets.
That's what it says in the book. Read it. But ESAs are not considered pets. So we must allow ESAs. There are rules. If you see someone with a ESA/pet that is not on a leash, tell them, put it on a leash. It's a 6-foot leash. Needs to be on a 6-foot leash. If you got a dog taking a poop in front of your house and you see people walking, call them out. Tell them, hey, your dog just crapped in front of my car. If you don't catch it, there's nothing you can do, but yeah.
They picked it up,
Yeah.
and then they left
Well,
it in
then
my yard.
they picked it up and dropped it off for you. We don't want that.
No, I didn't want the job of putting it into my trash barrel either, but, somebody had to do it.
Yep, and I certainly wasn't around way back when the no pet rule was invented, but I got a funny feeling that had a lot to do with it right there.
Let's keep things in
Yeah, if you've got an ESA, please read your rules. It's permitted, but there are rules that go along with that.
Be respectful to other owners and their property.
Yeah, be
Oops,
respectful
just
to
hit
your
it.
neighbors and the community.
And
I gotta believe. Can you hear me? I gotta believe
we
that.
also still have to have, visitors have rules about having an ESA paperwork as well. So just to remind folks of that.
Yeah, it's not just
It's in the
Okay,
rule.
Russ, I'm putting you on. Oh, sorry.
go ahead, Russ.
Yeah, I was just gonna say let's keep things in perspective. Every time there's a dog issue, I don't think we have to rehash all the rules and everything that's going on. I think we're all pretty aware of that. I think, listen, if someone had it in a bag and it was dropped in front of your car, I gotta believe it was an accident. Otherwise, they wouldn't have put it in a bag. Unless you have an enemy that they specifically were targeting you and dropping the bag in front of your house, I think I would just chalk it up to someone made a mistake and dropped it. Is that fair?
Yes.
Okay, anything else?
Okay.
Okay,
Everybody's got to get.
all right, that's our dog talk or animal talk. Anything else from the floor?
These are all 20 feet long. I think that fishing dock is 22 or something.
A motion
Need a
to
motion
adjourn?
from them.
Motion to adjourn?
Would someone like to motion to adjourn the annual
Anne Marie. Motioned it.
Anne Marie,
Who seconds?
second? Robin, second. All right, annual meeting is adjourned.
So we go in the room and.
Yep, we will go take a little recess and then we'll come back out and get back to business.
Okay, Russ, I'll call you from my cell phone and put you on speakerphone with the group, okay?
Perfect. Thank you.
Jesus, terrible. Thanks.
Oh, great, now the meeting gets to start.
We've done half of it. Yeah, we didn't talk Tiki though. Is there going to be? We need to have a
We've got old business,
update
we've got new
right now.
No,
business.
say it again.
I was going to say, did I miss? We didn't do the update on Tiki, did we?
No, in
Okay.
fact, I think we're only to here. We didn't go
didn't get
over,
very far.
we didn't go any.
Okay,
we
sorry.
didn't-
You're right.
I think we're right here at old business.
Okay, we're gonna reconvene the meeting now,
Hold on.
Hang on. Gotta Get her Zoom thing going again.
as soon as the Zoom's
We're
up.
in. Okay. Looks like we're unmuted.
Okay.
We good?
Yep, it should be good.
Okay, we had our meeting and, election results went as follows.
Do we need to?
Reopen the meeting.
Somebody up.
Oh yeah, one of you guys need to reopen. Robin, open. Second, okay,
Who seconded it?
who seconded?
Thank you.
Ready?
Yep.
All right. We're gonna move forward with the, results. I will remain president. Dan, has been elected vice president. And Jerry will remain treasurer. And Maya will remain secretary. And that will be our board moving forward.
Bob is still broadcasting.
So,
Now you can control that.
Anybody want to adjourn?
Okay, can I get a motion to adjourn the annual meeting? Penny motion, oh, hold on.
No, I could just yell it out.
we want you to feel famous, Denise. We want you to feel like you're a famous figure with the microphone. You know.
That box of pens.
The only comment I have is let's be really respectful to our board and realize that they have a life and that we want them to be on the board and we want people to feel good about being on the board. And so if we work as a team and not isolate ourselves and try to bring people down to the lowest point, it would be really good because our board is so important and respect is very important. And I hope that we don't forget that when we have problems.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Denise.
Thank you.
Okay, anybody else, anything, or
Okay.
3, 2, 1?
Adjourned.
Penny, motion? Yeah, all right, motion, Barb, second?
I was gonna say
Oh.
something about rec council.
Oh, we're still going back to the regular
We're
meeting
gonna go
now.
back to the regular
This is
meeting.
just the annual meeting.
Yeah. But you can second the motion to adjourn.
Okay.
All right, Barb.
It's complicated, Barb.
Sorry.
Is Penny the first?
All right. So we are done with the annual meeting. We're gonna get back to the March meeting now.
Okay. Okay. So
Old business,
do we need to open it back up?
yep.
I motion that we open the regular meeting
Oh,
back
yeah,
up.
we have
second
the
it.
formalities. All right, we're back
Sorry.
open.
Yeah.
Just part of the format.
My motion.
And I second.
Susan second.
Okay.
All right, old business, the oldest business, the Tiki. Tiki is, we're as far as we go right now. The last mail I sent out was early, I think it was Monday. I've been contacting CCCL with follow-ups every 10 days or less, letting them know that we are not going to go away, that we need their blessing to move forward.
Before turtle season.
Before turtle season. And I will say that on my last phone call, I had a conference call with Gail Hawthorne from Native American Cheeky Huts, who is our contractor, and Rolando Gomez from CCCL, Florida Department DEP, who is not our friend. And he's very difficult. In the last meeting, we have had everything provided since the end of January that he had requested. So I would say within roughly 30 days from start to finish, everything was done. Everything was as far as it can go with the state of Florida. We are 100% completed with Charlotte County. Sean has signed off. We're through planning and zoning. We're closed out with the county. We're ready to go. What we need is a permit from CCCL.
No,
Or
FDEP. Yeah.
DEP.
All right, so DEP and CCCL they're the same on their email. So sorry if I get those. It's the same. It's the state. I'll just say state.
Yeah.
All right. So we submitted apparently there was a $900 permit fee that had not been paid, that we were made aware of in January, end of January. So we went ahead and paid that. So we're paid up and we've got all our information, our drawings, our revisions, our photos, everything. And Rolando Gomez still says, well, no, we can't do that. But since now you paid your $900 fee, we have 90 days to review it. To which I told him very bluntly, well, that's good for you, but it was 10 weeks at the time. I said, we have 10 weeks before turtle season. I said, we are a retirement community. We have people all the way up into their 90s. We need the shade and we need the tiki build. We don't want to go through 2 turtle seasons. We don't want to go into the hot season. It's starting already without any shade for people who want to be down at the beach. Rolando Gomez does not care. My next meeting will be this week. This week. It's Monday. As soon as I hit that 10-day mark, I'm crawling right back up there. So we're going to see what he's got to say, but we're going to have to make a decision at some point because everything is right now maxed up. All the knobs are turned to 10. We're waiting on one man. The next call he has with me will be, I need to talk to your supervisor as long as the contractor wants to talk. As long as the contractor plays ball, it seems that we've gotten her moving, and it seems that he's a little bit more receptive in the last 2 meetings and the last 2 email exchanges, or handful of email exchanges, talking with both of us versus bouncing back and forth between Gulf to Bay and then contractor and Gulf to Bay contractor. But we are literally as far as we can. We're as far as we can go right now. We can't go any further. We are waiting for approval. If I have an email today that says your DEP permit has been issued, we give that to Charlotte County and they issue us a permit. Now, we're already done with Charlotte County. So we're only waiting on them. And we've dotted all the I's, we've crossed all the T's. We still don't have our answer. I'm extremely frustrated, but we'll push through it. One of the final comments that he had was, I feel like a retard even saying this. He says, well, your tiki is up on the berm. And I said, yeah, that's kind of the whole island. And he didn't have an answer. I mean, the guy's looking at paper. I said, well, if you would like, we will move it out on the beach. We have no problem. We'll put it out there. And he didn't like that idea. But I mean, that's what I'm dealing with. Well, we're all good except your tiki is on the berm. Yeah, everything's on the berm. So we're trying really hard. I don't have any more news than that.
Okay. Okay. All right. Next.
Thank you.
We already did that one.
Doc
Did the docs
update.
done?
We did that one.
Everybody wants to talk about docs.
Project list is
Or
done.
not. Project list, I think we beat
Good.
that up
Yep.
enough. Website updates, that's Maya.
No, that's Jerry.
It's in process. It's moving along slowly. We still are targeting a launch by April 1st. It might be a beta run so people can look at it and say, hey, what do you like? What do you don't like? And so on. It's still a little premature, but we're still looking at April 1st.
So closer to
Don't
your
do
mouth,
that,
Joe
Bob.
was doing it.
Good. Committee updates, covered that as well.
Nope,
No?
we have one more.
We have
We have rec committee.
Yeah,
Oh.
Rebecca
Barb.
Barb, please.
Hold it down. You good?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. Judy kind of has been taking over rec council. I mean, I'm really officially off. She's officially done this month, so there really isn't a rec council. But we decided to do that dancing in the street last night, which turned out really fun.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Thank
Anne-Marie,
you.
for your bows. And last week they did ladies' lunch at the boatyard, and I don't know how many went. I was sick.
25.
25. That's pretty good.
That's awesome.
We're gonna do another one this month, I think at the new, where Rickeltini's was, Grove City Bar. We'll set up a date, watch the board, or Judy will probably put it on the website. We still have the same amount of money, and I don't know what that is, so
That's okay.
we haven't spent any. Yeah, so I don't know, that's about it, really. Hopefully in the fall, we'll get something going with that kitchen, so we do need some money for that, because there can't be any activities with no kitchen, no stove, no cupboards.
Ask for volunteers again.
Yeah. We might need donations for the kitchen. Think about it.
No, you won't need donations for the kitchen. Trust me.
Okay. That's all I got to say. If anybody has any fun things to do,
Let me know.
Yep.
plan it, do it, let us know. Right?
Thank you, sweetie.
All right, thank you. Do we have any other committee, anything? Good? Dan?
No
Review.
more committee.
Turn
Turn
off.
this thing off. No more committee meeting things, but are you gonna go to the next item? Is that what you're doing?
Rules.
Okay.
Rules and regulations.
Rules and regulations, update. There was after Ian, there was an issue with the way the rules came out. And Anne-Marie Miller investigated that and had a special board meeting in 2024 and noted the things that were missing. I think last month, we talked briefly. I think
See?
the battery's dead or something.
Can we have one more quick?
Here you
Here you go.
Here we go. And so Bob and Paula and Judy and I got together, along with my friendly AI helper, Claude. And we took the currently in play rules and regulations that were submitted, that were sent out, and everybody has a copy of them, April 11th, 2022. And all we did then from there is aligned it in outline format so that we can, if there's questions, we have reference ways to get to them, page numbers, and then the 3 items that were left off of the rules based on Anne-Marie's meeting, and authorization, by the way, at the time to reinstate them by the board that was in existence at the time. And those were around Class B camping bans. One of those items was, I'm reading it verbatim, is Class B camping vans, which are used for daily use, are allowed if they do not interfere with vehicular traffic in the park. Number 2 item was member-owned recreational vehicles, motorhomes, travel trailers, etc., are permitted for loading and unloading at the members' unit with a 3-day limit. There's also another item under the guest parking that says guests with motorhomes and self-contained campers are permitted and must follow the guest parking rules. Guests traveling with a towed recreational vehicle, i.e. travel trailer, boats, etc., are not permitted to enter the park. So the other thing we did on this revision, so to speak, is added a revision list. So we did this on March 9th. So we wrote down all the things that we plan to include on the updated, which is modifying to outline, corrected a little typo about resident owned, revised the date from the 22nd of April 22 to, I have down here March 9th, because that's when we had our board meeting today. And we also, I don't have it on here. Where's that extra thing we clarified?
Oh, in blue?
What, the moped thing?
Yeah. Do you have it? Let me look at that real quick.
Well, let's see.
Did you print it?
No, but it was.
No, it was, no. It was, where's that yellow copy you have there?
Oh, the yellow copy.
No, not that one. Anyways, I think I got it written down here on my email. I guess that was included in there, so.
Yeah.
What were the words I added?
Oh.
Or we added?
Mopeds owned by members,
No?
and then Class B camping vans, and then there was you can have I'm sorry.
The class.
You
That's
can
right,
have a
just wanna see if that's
motor home
okay.
in the park, but you can't stay in it.
That's right. That's
Right.
right.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But you can't tow a trailer into the park. That's what it said before.
Yeah, you can't.
So
Yeah.
guests with motorhomes and self-contained campers are permitted, but you're not allowed to stay in them and must follow just the guest park rules. So that's for
Yes,
parking only,
parking.
basically.
Yes. No camper, no trailer.
Right.
Camper, truck, or class B only to park.
Yeah,
for
so
guests.
member-owned recreational vehicles, motorhomes and travel trailers, and Class B is what we put there, Class B recreational.
Yep.
Permitted for loading and unloading. No, that's not true. They can come in with a motorhome, a big one, and unload it, but we didn't change it. We're just talking about Class B for allowed a daily use and parking and for owners. And guests, they can come in and use it as a guest parking, but they can't stay in them.
Yes. That was
So-
it.
That's what we did, and what we're asking for is discussion, and then whether we want to go ahead and release these or whatever the rules are to do that.
Probably should send a full copy to the board and have us review them before.
Did.
He did.
Okay, sorry, I didn't see it, but I'll find it and I will do it.
I got it. One of the things that we have to do is we have to make sure we post it and there's notice before it's implemented under the rules and regulations. So whenever we get it done, we need to post it.
Sure.
And then it'll be a 14-day waiting period before it can be actually implemented to change it. That's all.
Where do you post it?
We'll send it to you and we'll post it.
Probably in the library or the mailroom.
Well, it'll go on, go in the mailroom. Probably Freeman will put it on his unofficial website until the official website becomes available.
Okay. So that's to come. You done with that one, Dad?
Yes, I'm done.
Side note, we're gonna move to new business. Side note, Jill wanted me to just let everybody know the meter, your water meter reading is gonna be around the March 16th for whatever reason, but now you know. And with that, we're gonna move on to new business, and starting with the new business, we're going to talk about the Beach Road parking situation, which Anna Marie is actually handling for us because she's got all the
Sorry.
connections with the county, and she's handled it in the past.
Okay, so, last week, and I'm sure you all noticed, hi, everybody. Last week, I'm sure you noticed that our $8,000 to $10,000 shrubbery that we had put in, has been just being driven over. And, so I have been very frustrated with it to the point of tears. And so I called the police department in, and they came in. It was a volunteer group. And she looked at the signs and she said, those can't be enforced. And I said, what? And she said, we can't write tickets for those. She said, that's just, can't. So according to the ordinance, we can't write tickets for those. So I said, well, the ordinance was improperly put on there. It should have been 3.989 and it was 3.898. So I thought that was the issue. Well, we've clarified that. That's not the issue. The issue is when these were the two volunteer police officers that came in, but when the Iafino came in, Deputy Iafino, who is the community officer who comes through the park, he's our community service officer. He comes through the park. I haven't seen him since the hurricane, but he showed up. And he went out and he said, well, we can't enforce that. He said, your shrubbery is in the ROW, which is the right of way. I said, what? And he said, oh, well, we can't enforce it. He said, because it's in the right of way. And I said, sir, I said, we spent a year and a half out here getting petitions, going before the commissioners twice to get an ordinance to tell us that we can park here. No, can't park. That's what he said. Joe talked to him. I was not happy with him, so I'm glad that somebody else talked to him. But anyway, let me just explain to y'all what's going on. So from the corner, 30 feet from the corner of every street, Manasota, 30 feet back, there's no parking because it obstructs our view when we pull out. Okay? From DG, 30 feet back.
Keep your mic.
From DG 30 feet back, if you can't park there because it obstructs the view. The same all the way down to Aura. So he argued with me and argued with me about it. No, we can't enforce it. It's in the right of way. The right of way goes all the way up to the clubhouse. I said, sir, why do you think we got an ordinance? What was the point of getting the ordinance? Do y'all get that? Or is it just me? So he argued with me and said, no, he had talked to different deputies and this, that, and the other thing. I said, okay, I'm done. So I sent a letter off to Joe to say, who's our county commissioner. He's also a great friend of Golf Today. And can I indulge a moment so I could read the letter? Okay. It says, hi, Joe. I am writing to you today to address a pressing issue concerning the enforcement of a previously approved ordinance directly impacting our 55+ community. In a past application process, our community successfully applied and was unanimously granted an ordinance by the county commissioners. This ordinance was specifically designed to address concerns regarding obstructed views and enhance our public safety with a designated area from the corner of each street in our community. The process involved comprehensive planning with County Engineer Joanne Vernon and received all necessary inspections and final approvals. The core provision of this ordinance mandates no parking within 30 feet of the corner to ensure clear lines of sight and pedestrian safety. Despite the official approval and establishment of this regulation, we are currently experiencing significant challenges with its enforcement. Vehicles are consistently parking in the restricted zone, often associated with patrons visiting nearby Magnolia's establishment. This ongoing non-compliance directly results in obstructed views for our residents, impedes our safe entry and exit from our community, and raises considerable safety concerns for pedestrians and motorists alike. Upon contacting the Sheriff's Department regarding these violations, we were informed that citations cannot be issued as the area falls within the public right-of-way. The response is problematic, as the ordinance was specifically sought and approved to establish parking restrictions within the right-of-way, precisely to mitigate the identified safety and visibility issues at this location. Well, I kind of threw Deputy Iafino under the bus because I was a little irritated.
Microphone.
And it says, Deputy Iafino, our designated community service deputy for the Gulf to Bay area, has confirmed that his department is currently unable to issue tickets or authorize towing, leaving our community without an effective means of ensuring compliance with the established ordinance. The lack of enforcement creates a hazardous environment. This concern was critically underscored by a notable incident last night at the end of our street on Beach Road, which required a significant police presence. We believe that unrestricted parking in this designated no parking zone directly contributes to such unsafe conditions and compromise the safety of this ordinance. We are seeking your urgent guidance and intervention to resolve this critical matter. We kindly request your advice on the appropriate next steps our community can take to enforce this ordinance and safeguard our well-being. Thank you for your attention to this important issue. I got an email back right away from Joe, and he said that he is sending it on to the Sheriff's Department, is sending it on to the appropriate departments, and he would get back with us within a week. This was just last Friday. So I'm waiting on his response. I don't know how you all feel about it, but I just feel like I'm beating my head against a wall. I'm tired. I spent a year and a half, almost 2 years getting this ordinance, and people are just running over all of the foliage that we put, all the landscaping that we put in, and I'm tired. I'm just gonna say right now that if somebody wants to pick up this gauntlet and run with it, go for it. I'm tired. I'm not going to do it anymore. I can't do it. I'm too tired. So I'm passing this on to the board and letting them handle it at this point. If anybody wants to jump in and grab a handle on it and follow through, I'd be glad to help you out. That's where we're at.
I don't know if you can pick it off too. I have to ask them. Yeah.
I was gonna say, I can't speak for Florida since I've only been here 2 months. But I know in a lot of states, the road department, whoever has jurisdiction, whether it's county, city, state, has the right-of-way restrictions. And I wondered this weekend, I looked a couple of times and I wondered why I didn't see any no parking signs. So again, I can't speak to Florida, but I know if this was in a lot of states, whoever the road district, whoever owns that road has that authority to allow or disallow parking. But at a minimum, if they put no parking signs, it might help some. Obviously, people park wherever in the hell they want to, which is unfortunate. But anyway, I know I've dealt with some right-of-way issues in the past, but I just wanted to bring that up because
Did he just volunteer?
Oh, are there signs? Maybe I couldn't see them for all the trucks and cars that were parking there. Yeah, because I specifically looked last night and you're exactly right. It's a danger trying to pull out of any of the streets, and not to mention, people want to walk or walk their pets, and it's dangerous. So
Anyway, yeah, whoever owns that road, I think, can exercise a little more power in preventing some of that.
Yeah, that, on that topic, that's what Anne Marie was talking about with the ordinance, because if you want to know the, the exacts, you can walk down the center of the road, come 37.5 feet this way, which is that wall. That's what they own. So we really have no say. It's a huge right of way on both sides. And that's why the ordinance was put into place. That's the conundrum. So yeah, we definitely want somebody to pick up the ball and run with that. If anybody wants to volunteer, because it's just going to be a ping pong game with the county until we, get something, or until somebody gets T-boned out here, and then they'll do something.
That's the thing, Joe.
That's, we don't want that to happen.
Any volunteers?
One of the things that, when we went through Anne Marie, we went out the first couple times with those parking meetings and the sidewalk meetings and stuff. And basically the county said we would need to put up 37 no parking signs. We don't think that would look very nice if we put up 37 no parking signs. And it's like, well, can we work it out? And Anne Marie did work it out. Thought it was all done, but they don't pay attention. Now it's not enforceable. Now we got to follow up on that.
And following up that, one of the issues that was faced with the signs were that the signs needed to be so damn far off the road. So, and they're facing the road. So if you're just driving by, you're not gonna know it's a no parking zone because you can't put the signs.
They need to be turned.
I mean, if they put up stop signs like that, everybody be dying every 5 minutes.
We put them in, we
So-
just need to turn them.
Yeah, we need to turn them, but then we need to get them out so that people are. What I recommend is anytime anybody's out and about, and I wouldn't say south of the roundabout, but Beach Road, if you're out walking, riding your bike, whatever, take note, like literally with your phone, it doesn't matter. Take note, how far are signs off the road? Because if we've got to be 35, 37 feet off with our signs, as far as I'm concerned, then every damn sign from the roundabout north needs to be that far off. And I would be willing to bet that they're not.
The main issue in all of the big picture is enforcement, period.
Yeah,
They need to enforce the law.
they need to enforce it. They're not enforcing it,
That's correct. They're
and
not
it's an
enforcing
issue.
it. That's it.
Mike?
Put more rocks out there.
Yeah.
So
They made us remove those.
I put.
The rocks, yeah, unfortunately.
I was aggravated. I grabbed my.
Could plant some lime spikes in the shrubbery.
Joe, can you hear me now? Everybody hear me? Okay. We've been here about 20 years. All the signage out on this island is shit, okay? That's a technical term for the engineers, okay? But we ride bikes once in a while. There used to be a bike path all along the shoulder, and there were signs marking bike path, and there's markings on the pavement. If you go south of the roundabout, they've now designated a share the road area. So the bikes are in the right of way. The people have a sidewalk, $1 million sidewalk going all the way down there. But they haven't signed anything. They haven't re-signed anything. I think they're in the midst of this, gonna build a sidewalk on the other side, so your engineers aren't putting up signs or marking anything anymore. But technically, right out here is a bike path. I bet if you look at their drawings from, maybe 10 years ago, it's a bike path. It should be marked. That means nobody parks on it. You can't even have one tire on the blacktop. So you have no parking all the way from here to the county line. And they used to have signs along the way, close right on the sign, usually on the street light poles that said no parking. So where is that all gone? I think they're in paralysis until they redevelop this whole area for for right of way and the sidewalk and all that stuff. And they have a crap,
Pipeline's an interesting one.
it's a disaster waiting to
Yeah.
happen. We have like baby buggies on the shoulder here being pushed with kids or dogs in them, people walking in both directions on both sides of the road. And you've got cars parked there, so they're forced out into the thoroughfare if they want to go around and get down to one of the restaurants or whatever. And they're walking at night, and I'm thinking these are tourists that know nothing about it, and everybody's trying to figure out the rules, like myself. I mean, it's a menagerie out there for traffic control, and any given point from the county line all the way down to Stone Pass. So it's a disaster waiting to happen. It's all it is.
Hey, Carl, are you saying that there used to, this is Jerry over here. Hello. Are you saying that there used to be markings out there for a bike lane?
Absolutely. It was actually, I think it was signage. It was so inconsistent to start with, but I think the signage said.
Yeah, but I wonder if we could get the county to mark the paint on the ground, the bike lane, that might spur the enforcement issue.
Yeah, it's an option.
Shoulder
It's an
into
option.
the bike lane.
Yeah, maybe if
Absolutely.
so maybe that's what we need to emphasize, is put that paint line in there for the bike.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right, you cannot park in a bike lane.
And
So
they have it in some places, south of the roundabout, you have it in some places. And in fact, that's obsolete, because they also have share the road signs.
yeah, Anne Marie, Anne Marie, your friend, is that something that you discussed with your friend? Is his name Joe? Is that right?
I can't hear.
Commissioner is Joe Tiseo, yes.
Maybe you could mention that to him and see if a bike lane.
I'm gonna wait for the letter to come back. I think when Joe says he's gonna do something, he does it. So I'm assuming he's gonna get in touch with the sheriff's department immediately, and they will, and the county engineer. He was gonna send that over to the county.
Yeah, but I see the disconnect between the county and the enforcement, but this might be helpful in order to make that connection.
Joanne did send a letter off to the sheriff's department.
Thank you.
If they determined what they had in their records for what these roads are supposed to be labeled as, and the shoulders included for bike path, we'd solve a lot of problems to keep the cars off of those. And anyway, I already said what I
That's a
said.
good point. Thank you.
It's just
That would do
derelict
it.
duty of maintaining what they used to have. I think their paralysis
Probably
anticipating the whole redevelopment out there. They have a problem. They know they have a problem, but they're in paralysis. So, could I say one more thing unrelated to Joe and anybody here? Part of my career was working for the federal government. When some citizen wasn't happy with what was happening, they went to their congressman, their senator, or representative. And when that came into a federal agency, everybody clicked their heels. You change the whole atmosphere. If it's okay with Joe, I'm making this suggestion. Hopefully he kind of agrees, but I don't think he really wants to get involved in this. But anybody who's a resident of Florida here, call your state senator or your state representative and complain about the problem with the teepees and tell them, I'm a senior citizen. I would like to have some shade fairly soon out on the beach, and see if that can work its way back to your coastal control line.
All good ideas.
Because it's silly. It does change. It does get attention, and maybe you don't want to be directly identified.
I actually did that. I put that right in their face. I said, we have owners that are in their 90s that cannot sit on the
Right.
beach
But-
in the shade.
But yeah,
But
he's,
I'm saying they
Go
are
to Fed,
voting.
go to the-
They
go
vote
to the
for
state.
these people.
Yeah.
Yep.
Talk to the people you're voting for, and we only need a couple, three to get it.
Send it to the
Yeah.
Get a little
senator.
attention
Yeah.
that way. That way you don't have to get involved.
Go to the politicians.
And I think your person will get a little different attitude really rapidly. Because here's kind of the way it works. Each agency in any government gets its funding through the legislature. And that anybody who's the head of an agency knows that he's going to be looking at these same people trying to get his money for funding for the next fiscal year for the operation of that government agency. So they're gonna pay attention to your elected officials. So I've already said, so. It's just an idea. If somebody wants to do that, maybe just tell Joe you're gonna do it. But I'm not a resident, and I seem to be reminded of that every once in a while, especially when my tax bill comes.
Why can't we get the association, or the Manasota Key Association, who come here and use our property, why can't we get them behind us a little bit? Has anybody ever asked them? I know that years ago when I was on a board, and they had meetings here and they'd park all along, the police came and said that if we get one wheel on the blacktop, we're gonna get a ticket. So be careful about how you have people parking out here.
That's exactly what I was saying. That's the way
Right.
that used to be.
That's your
Yeah.
percent.
I think
Okay.
engineering needs to look at what is supposed to be on there.
Good comment.
Okay, move.
You got no mic?
Oh, get no mic. We got an extra one.
Oh, I have it here. I'm sorry. Wasn't paying attention.
I'm back.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean,
Okay.
all those things being said, complain, get on the phone, call the county, call the state, call all the way up, call the governor.
This
You know?
state's the state, Joe.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A lot of voices will definitely get their attention. We'll drive nuts sooner or later.
Okay.
That's not bad. Okay. Next issue we're gonna address, and it's just kind of common sense. I'd like to hear anybody's input about it, is trespassing. Where 'tis the season again. We have people that they own our beach. They belong here. They're, who are you to say? You get all your excuses when you want to go down and enjoy your beach. So, what I recommend is if you see someone on the beach, approach them and ask them, ask them something that they can't answer. Like, oh, I haven't seen you here before. What unit are you in? Well, they're probably not going to know. And then, are you renting? Because I am seeing a lot of faces I've never seen before, because there's just people that are showing up now. We're not just fresh off a hurricane. And I don't want to go around and be a jerk and, say, hey, get the hell out of here. And, whoa, wait a minute. We're renting that unit, So, yeah, trespassing. We've eliminated a lot of people off the beach. Some of the regulars that you see there that aren't supposed to be there, they get through, but we got to try to be effective on it. It's real simple. Where you staying? Haven't seen you. What unit number? Well, they're pretty much screwed after that if they don't have one. That's all. Anybody have anything else they want to say about trespassing?
A couple of guard towers.
Snipers.
Like yesterday on the beach, here's this family comes and he's got his fishing cart. He's got 3 or 4 fishing poles out there, so you can't swim if you want to because he's fishing. Now, can we tell him to get back to the public beach?
Nope.
No.
Well, technically, no.
Yeah.
It depends where the family is. So the way that when what was that
Unfortunately.
deputy's name?
Hierarchy.
When he was here, I actually had a meeting with him and I asked him about that. And he said, as far as the county is concerned, doesn't matter where the hygiene marks, CL, all their verbiage. He says the water, here's how he said it to me. He said, the water gets wet to there. That's where you're allowed. End of story. He said, people don't know where the high water lines are. They don't know where the property lines are. The beach is the beach. He said, if you have to tell someone, you got to get off our beach. If they're on dry sand, boot them. But if they're plugged in, I mean, even where the waves are just touching the wet sand, they're allowed to be there. I mean, it's a hall pass all the way up the coast. That's all, that is public. But where it's dry,
Well, they were in the dry sand.
then you can tell them to go.
Now, in terms of the fishing, because I have kind of looked that up to try and understand it, we cannot prohibit them from fishing along the beach at that point. That is allowed, I believe, by state law.
You can't jump.
So, you can't jump?
I think they changed it a couple of years ago where
Okay.
you cannot jump.
But no, I agree with you. Sometimes you're like, I can't be out there or have kids out there if you're afraid of a hook hitting somebody or getting caught up in a line, but they have the right to do that.
Yep. And you have the right to swim with scissors.
Oh, no. Okay.
Kidding.
Okay.
All right.
You can, Maya, you can do this. You can do what you want to discourage them, though. If you want to go stand next to them and throw rocks in the water where the fishing line is, that probably would scare the fish away. And they probably wouldn't stay there too much longer.
Very true.
There's no rule against you guys throwing stuff, throwing pebbles out there, not pebbles, but shells out in the water where they're at. That would send a message to them that, hey, we probably want to go swimming here. But anyway.
Yeah, and there is nothing that says you can't ask somebody, hey, this is a private beach. We realize you're allowed to fish there, but could you just please move up a little bit? We got a lot of people trying to get in the water.
So,
nothing against suggesting, but they are legally allowed to fish there.
Are we gonna take a break for lunch?
Yeah, I was going
Lunch
to say,
break, we're getting there.
can we try and get through the next things?
We're getting three more things.
Three more things.
Four more.
Okay. Next, done. All right. Alluded to it earlier, health department was alerted to anonymous complaints, multiple properties, 4, I think, were required of repairs. And that is, if you know anybody that has one of those that doesn't check their email, let them know, because somebody is coming around apparently on the 25th to reinspect.
Can you share with us what properties they are? Should we share the report with them?
Yeah, we can share the whole report.
Yeah, we'll just send out the report.
We'll email the report out.
Yeah. And just so everybody knows, we do get an annual health department inspection. So
Yep.
just as an FYI, the normal inspection would have been in May. When they came out after these complaints, they said they will count this as our annual inspection. So for somebody if somebody says, oh, no one should have called the health department in, they're coming in once a year anyways. So this just sped that up a little bit is what happened, just so people understand that part too.
But they are coming back this
Yes.
month.
Yeah, because they had that report. I actually was here when the inspector was given his final report, so I had some information there. But one thing I asked him specifically, because some of the complaints that are legitimate of odor or potential mold, the health department guy specifically said we don't handle odors and we don't handle mold, unfortunately. Those can be code ordinance violations. And so I think we've spoken to the folks that are concerned with the neighbors of mold and odors, that do whatever you can on your own, because we can't intervene at that level. We could if we had some clout with the health department, but they won't go in any buildings, and they aren't professionals at testing for mold or odors. That's hard for me to say. So you can run it up the line as far as you want. Since they were here for the inspection, though, they kind of do a ride about, not even a walkabout, and they look at things that are in disrepair, mostly looking for what he called harborage for animals that may be, and they need shelter and food and water. So if they see a place where they can get under, so missing skirting or flapping, anything that's out there, they would cite for that. And then you would get something specifically on your unit, and that's written up in the report. And then they only give 30 days for them to respond to that. So as you saw, Joe jumped on his roof because he was one of those lucky guys that got cited and literally jumped on his roof, I'm assuming. And he got the roof fixed up. Thank you, Joe. We appreciate it. It looks a whole heck of a lot better. And there are a couple of others that, one specifically, I think, Drosky's, is that the name?
Number 6.
that is in disrepair, they got noted, so they're gonna have to make some adjustment or plan or something within the 30 days, or they can start giving them next level, whatever that might be in the department. And I think there was Jose's had something with the roof air conditioner that was open to the air and was probably creating a health problem and a heart rate problem.
Can I add something to this discussion?
224.
224, which is which one? Who's 224?
Samantha, right? 224?
Oh, yeah, she simply had
Opening or
An
something.
opening in the front.
That again,
I think the battery's.
How did,
short charge.
can I add to this discussion, please?
Wait, I wasn't done,
Yeah, hang on, I got your batteries.
Hold on a second, Russ. Dan
Yep.
has 2 more things to say.
unfortunately. That's me.
But 224 was like just an access to the front of their trailer that had locked in and there's opening. I think somebody that knows Samantha, or if we talk to her, she probably doesn't even know yet because she hasn't gotten the report, that she needs to just have somebody fix that, bump it out. What was the other one? I think
There's a couple, I think there was 3 roof complaints on there.
what
Mine
was
was-
Jose's, yours, and I
Mine,
didn't see another roof that I know
No,
of.
I thought there was 2 roofs and 2
I
about
have
coverage.
the
We'll send the report out.
Anyway, yeah,
Yeah.
look at
was
the report. And if
one
your name
problem.
is on there that has to do something, then you got till, what's it, 25th of this month.
yeah.
Yeah, we're sending out notes.
And there's two state PDFs that should be coming with those.
Okay, Russ.
Yeah, and listen, I just want to address this in a different manner. I think there's the short view and there's a long view here about this. I mean, it brings back to my discussion about we need to create solutions, right? There's a difference between what's going. There's 2 units in that are really been discussed. One is on CLO and the other one's on Estada, and one of them basically Jose's, from what I understand, to put money into that trailer, that thing has to be removed, right? I mean, there's no fixing that, right? So they got one scenario, and then the one on Estada is a totally different scenario, right? Those are owners that just haven't fixed their place up. So the point is that we could sit here and say, oh, as owners, you got to fix your place, but they're different scenarios altogether as far as if you're an owner of that particular place, what you're going to put into it, what you're going to do, and what's reasonable. I see, what's reasonable in Jose's is not the same thing as what's reasonable on Estada, from my perspective, right? So as a community, I think we need to understand that. And again, what I was talking about before about creating solutions for units that can't be rebuilt and how it's the community's responsibility to come up with, for us to come up with ideas and at least be working in that direction. I just wanted to point that out because I do believe that we could complain all we want about it, or not complain, that's a bad word. We could try to create a solution or demand them to fix what's going on, but they're totally in 2 different situations, in my opinion. Does anybody see that, or is that just me?
He's basically saying that between 2 of the units where there have been the odor complaints, the situation they're in is different between the way the owners are, how long something's been going on, and what the solution might be to each. That one is potentially repairable and the other is not.
One's got to be removed.
not
If you're the owner, right, are you going to remove, are you going to put money into it when you have to just tear the thing out and remove it anyway? And you have no vested interest in doing anything and resolving the situation. But in a sense with.
You know that they're both for sale.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to just take care of that, you can buy it and then fix it or tear it out.
So something will be done then.
Yeah, both units are for sale.
Yeah, but one's a reasonable sale and one has no reason for them to buy. There's no reason for someone to buy Jose's, correct?
No there.
We don't know.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Okay, again, so that's the point I'm trying to make is that bigger picture things, we need to discuss solutions for those situations.
Okay.
Let me comment.
Oh, Jerry wants to make
Jerry.
a comment.
Hey, Russ, to comment on what you just said, I have had conversations with Jose's son. Jose is, I won't go into details, but he's got dementia. He's in and out of the hospital, yada, yada, yada. His son is accessible. He's returning my texts and phone calls. He's making promises. Sometimes one time he lived up to them, the other times he didn't. But I have had a conversation with them saying that they think that they can sell that unit. Okay. I believe they realize that they cannot sell it until they get the mold cleaned up. The latest was he called me just right before this meeting saying he'll be here within the next couple of days. I'm not sure if he's going to show or not, but that's what he says. I told him that I think the unit is not worth what he might think it's worth. And I told him that fast forwarding this thing, it might get into a legal situation. And I just planted a seed. I didn't make any offers or anything, but I said, I think the board might be, I said, I can't speak for the board, but personally, I would rather put money into something positive than to spend legal fees and get nothing. So I told them that if they ever get to the point where they're done and they want to sell the unit, talk to us, but don't expect much because it's not worth much. So I basically planted that seed. Let me paraphrase that or rephrase that. I said it's not worth much to us. It might be worth more to somebody else, but to us it's not. So that seed's been planted. I just think we need to play this whole thing out. So I just thought I'd say that in response to what you brought up.
No, I appreciate that, Chair. I didn't know that
There might be
conversation.
an update too I can give you for 50.
Okay.
504.
Yeah.
So there is an update too. I should have
No,
mentioned that for unit, I think it's 504,
5.
505 on Estata, that there's been communication with the owners, and the owners have reached out to some other owners in the park to check on their place, and Mike MacArthur has offered at some point in time to look into getting some of the potential odor presenting problems out of the unit for the Cecils. So hopefully that'll happen sooner than later. I don't know. I know Mike's got a lot on his plate, but he may decide he doesn't want to get involved at all.
Is the Cecils officially for sale? I mean, aren't supposed to go to get
Yes,
more?
they definitely do want to sell.
Both of them.
Both of them, and I heard that with my own ears.
Did we get the intent to sell? Papers on both?
No.
No, but they would sell.
They will entertain offers, I would assume, to sell.
Correct.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how
maybe
official
we should reach
anything
out and
is.
say, since you've said that, would you put your indication in as a 30-day requirement?
That's happened and they've said no.
Okay.
So, just,
Cecil?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's just out of spite.
yeah. So just as an FYI.
Okay.
Yeah.
A couple people want to say some stuff. Those two that
Yeah.
are affected.
They have every reason to say something.
That's good.
The mold thing.
First of all, thank you, board, for taking this on. And I know a lot of you have spent a lot of hours dealing with this issue. So I thank you for that. As you know, county was here, as you said, basically came back, said they can't do anything unless it's structural. We all know that's crazy, but that's what they said. They also said, take it to your HOA. Make your HOA enforce the rules of this park. Told us that. We lifted it up, went to another agency. First thing out of their mouth, take it to your HOA. Enforce the rules of this park. Went to another agency. As you know, you got the email. Take it to your HOA. The third agency we're dealing with is still open. We're still dealing with that one to try and resolve this issue. So
Joe, can I have that a minute?
This board, and I understand you're saying it's for sale. It's not for sale if you're asking $500,000 for this place. It's not for sale if you can't get the mold out of this place. It's not for sale if you can't get what they're asking. So it's not for sale. Say what you want, it's not.
I did personally, a week, I think it was a week ago Monday or the Monday prior, I put together the 2 formal complaints, and we put them out. I put them out to the board on an email, yours and the other, and they were to be discussed and have a resolution by the end of the week. All right, I sent that email out targeting these 2 properties for the smell, that because both had 2 formal complaints. That email went out on, there's no BS. That email went out on a Monday evening at about 7 o'clock at night. And I'm not kidding you, the Department of Health showed up the next day. I mean, literally not a half a dozen hours into the next day to investigate a whole bunch of unrelated things that were health infractions, like my roof, but they didn't address the health issue. So to your point about the board addressing it, we were literally spearheading it the day that the health department came in unannounced on behest of 2 anonymous complaints with a whole bunch of addresses. So we did try.
Joe, is there anything on the books? I mean, I think this is unprecedented, right? Is there anything on the books that addresses units that have odors coming from, like in our own books, in our own bylaws that address how to address this?
I'll just add a couple things here. First of all, there's nothing that specifically addresses odors or really even items inside of units.
Right.
I will say the health department not dealing with mold and items inside the house. I own rental property in Indiana. There's been a lot in the news where I'm at for some property management companies and some serious issues that tenants are having. And Indiana is exactly the same way. So I understand Florida being that way just because I've seen it elsewhere. I did make a call to our park attorney, Harlan Dahmer, and discuss this issue specifically, which was kind of like, what is your opinion? What can we do? Because unfortunately, an odor can be subjective. And so you can say it's unpleasant, but can you say it's toxic without having testing? We cannot go into I don't think we can go into the units to perform testing. And I'm not sure about, well, I kind of have an idea what the expenses for that in Indiana. I don't know about it here though. One of the things the attorney did say is basically our recourse is we can go to court to require these owners to correct it, in which time it would be up to them to prove that there is not a problem. One thing he mentioned, going to court takes money. He goes, and it's a long drawn out process to get anywhere, which is somewhat problematic because this is something we want dealt with quickly, not over the next year and a half. But that is right now as the board, the option we're going to have. So that is, if we have to take the next step, that is probably the next step we are going to have to take, just to let people know. So if there's a way we can work with the owners, and not saying we've had a lot of great success with that, but we're going to keep continuing to try to do that while we're looking at taking this next step, I think. So,
Well, Maya, I think a letter to the owners. I mean, have we gotten to the point saying we're going to have to take you to court unless it's fixed by a certain date? I mean, is that?
we have not got to that point yet, but I think that.
Okay, well, I think that's the next step.
Yeah.
So, just real quick, personally, I can deal with an odor when it's 20 feet away. I don't care. Oh, I can deal with an odor if it's 20 feet away, if it's not bothering me or whatever, only if the wind blows. However, I'm speaking for the deeders. I am heartbroken for them, and I'm sure you all are too. Their place sits right there. You can look out this back door and see it. And they sit right there. They have zero quality of life, nothing. They can't sit out there. They can't breathe. They can't enjoy their property. We all can. We can all sit outside and we can get on the beach and we can enjoy the property. They cannot. I've seen tears. Their hearts are broken. They love that place. I'm speaking for them because she's too sweet. But I'm just speaking for them because my heart is broken for them. And there is one more avenue that you can go, and that's code compliance. And code compliance will come down here. They will exhaust looking at that property. If there are any kind of animals going in and out of there, if there's an opening in the roof, if there's any kind of smell that's being emitted from that property, they can write up a code to that, and it can be followed up. And that property actually can be condemned and taken out. Now, I've dealt with Jose. I know you have a good relationship with him, Jerry. I have, yes. I've tried and tried and tried with him. I've tried and tried and tried with him. They don't tell the truth. They don't, it's just a big mess, and it goes on and on. This is since 2009. 2009. It is now 2026. Something should be done with that unit. Something, whether we as a park call in people to clean it out. I've had 3 people go in there and look at it. No one will touch it. No one. Zero. So this is where you're at. And I'm sorry if I interfered in your life, but I just feel very strongly for them.
Cedars have contacted somebody else, but I don't know if it's code compliance.
Is that information been delivered to the
Code
ceaseless?
compliance been contacted?
Bob?
Yes, code compliance. You talk to him?
Yes.
You think it would help if we talk to him too?
Anything would help.
We're on the same subject.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Call him.
So we do have
941
complaint in
743
with code
1201.
compliance. That is our outstanding
1201?
issue.
Yeah.
I am asking the board, we understand the smell, we understand the rules of the county, we understand all that. We've been told that by 3 separate agencies, just like you have.
Yeah.
We get it.
We've all been
We get the
failed.
legal action side of it. We are asking, as part of this park, all the things we do to this park to keep this park up and going, the tens of thousands of dollars that we spent removing sand from next door, the tens of thousands of dollars we're going to spend on the docks, repairing those docks, all of that is coming out of our HOA money. It's coming out of my money. So we're asking this park to step up and take care of the situation, enforce the rules of this park, to beautify this park, to ensure that people live up to what they signed up for when they moved into this park. That's all we're asking.
No, very.
But the problem lies is there's no rules.
Do you have a suggestion, Bob? What's your suggestion?
Bulldoze it down. We've been dealing with this, as Anne Marie said, for tens of years.
Right.
So tell us what your suggestion is.
So my suggestion is I elect you as a board member, right?
Sure.
And what are you doing about it?
Oh,
Talk to legal.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
no.
No.
We're
Yeah.
legal. We're taking it seriously.
Well, it's time to,
Nope.
we need to see what we need to do legally
Back
about
again.
it.
Can
Send
you
them the
hear me?
letter and
Everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Why don't we kind of look at the market approach to this? What we need to do in this park is make the lots marketable. So think about that. That's my suggestion to everybody, is how can that lot be marketable? We've got similar issues with other lots that are gonna come to the fore because they're sitting there vacant now and their owners are paying dues on them. So what are we gonna do with the lots? We had a vote recently on RVs. So I'll just leave you with that thought. But be honest with that, as long as I'm on that subject, I don't know what an RV, I know what an RV is. Let's put it that way. There's different categories within that category. You can go down to an RV sales lot and you'll find motorhomes and you'll find travel trailers.
Okay.
Travel trailers are awful similar to what this park started as, and all. Then they added carports maybe and stuff like that. We got, I don't know the legal definition for parking in a travel trailer like in this park is. You got setback issues. I do know that back in your day, Bob, park models are brought in. There is so many categories of RVs. It's not funny. And your state defines some of it. The park models are a different animal. Your travel trailers are a different animal. Your motorhomes are a different animal. So maybe we start looking at that stuff for replacing something that fits, and the county will give, or whoever will give us authority for setbacks of something if we need it. Go ahead.
We've got that. That's already been addressed. You can't live out of an RV here. It's not an RV park. You cannot, according to the county, you cannot have a quote RV lifestyle. There is no camping here. If you own a Class B, like Anne Marie or mine, you can't even camp out of it. You can park it. So that's established.
No.
So these.
Yeah, we can't go that route.
Yeah. So Russ just said we can't go that route. So he's just.
Yeah, there isn't a backup plan for that lot. Just like the man said, bulldoze it. That's kind of that's the we've got to move through the county and get what's that?
We're spinning out of our topic.
I'm trying to return to the topic.
Yeah.
It needs to be pinpointed, and that was the reason why on Monday I sent out the letter. I sent out the email with the 2 formal health complaints.
You got it. Okay.
And it didn't happen. So now owners are going to the county, and we are happy to come to bat for you as a board at the county as well.
Okay.
But we can't get into renting them out for lots because you can't have the campers there. It's not allowed anymore.
Yeah.
We're not renting, are we?
We can't even,
Can't do
even
it.
if you own it, you can't do it.
I'm not following you.
We're off
Yeah,
topic.
it's just code, county code.
Okay. Okay.
That's debatable too.
Yeah, one of the things is that, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, any unit can be replaced in this park as long as it meets the setback requirements of the county. Now that restricts the size of the unit that you can put in, but it doesn't stop someone from doing and making a usable unit. We, the board, are gonna get a hold of the county compliance. We're gonna find out what we can do. And we're gonna talk to the attorney again, and we're gonna say, look, we wanna stop proceedings to take the thing over. My motion is take it over. As Carl says, we need to spend the money. Let's spend the money, but let's get it done. But we want to get it done within a short time frame because it's not fair. And I agree, it's not fair. And we thought we would come with the code, with the health board, the Board of Health, whatever they call it. I'm shocked. That threw me behind. I was like, what? They won't deal with it? I'm sorry. We're gonna go to code compliance and we're gonna go to the lawyer this afternoon and we're gonna find out what we can do.
Okay, so just to make sure if I understand that, you're making a motion for the board to contact code of compliance and for us to start legal proceedings.
Yes.
I
Okay.
second.
I third.
I fourth.
Third and fourth.
Okay. Everybody in agreement?
Yes.
Yes, aye.
Any disagreements? Okay. Sorry,
Okay.
Joe, that was your role.
There you go.
Start them on,
Board is
start
going
them
to
on
move
both.
on that.
Start them on both properties.
Both properties?
Both properties.
Both properties.
Okay,
I motion both.
okay.
I'll
So
second both.
we got a second for both?
Okay.
Any okay.
It's gonna be a fight. It's gonna be expensive.
Whatever.
Okay, that's it. That's been addressed. All right. Unless anybody else has anything to say, we have 3 more things on the agenda and we're gonna just table them and move them to the next meeting because this has gone way long. So I motion to adjourn.